Sometimes they show up uninvited. Sometimes they give you repeated unwanted gifts. Property damage, like I was telling you, my friend damaged my property. And then I turned around and damaged his, but that wasn't right. False rumors, they'll go around and say, oh, she ain't nothing. She this and that. She ain't nothing but a gold digger. She ain't nothing. Start doing stuff like that to, kind of make you look bad. Intimidation, telling you that if you don't get with them, they're going to mess you up, or they're going to mess somebody up in the family or something like that. Don't fall for it. Get away from them. Get help if needed. Stalking refers to a pattern of repeated and unwanted attention, harassment, or surveillance directed at an individual. It can manifest into various forms, including physical following, persistent communication, or online harassment. Stalking is a serious issue that can lead to emotional distress and physical danger for the victim. If you or someone you know is experiencing stalking, it's important to seek help and report it to the authorities. Okay? Ladies, men, because men do get stalked too, and men do get abused too. So I don't want to be biased. I'm not hating on men. I'm just trying to give this information to whoever wants to hear it. I work with women. Okay. So seek help. Don't take matters in your own hand, because you could end up in jail. You could end up snapping, and you could end up, just doing the wrong thing. You don't want to be taken away from your children, or you don't want your children taken away from you. You don't want to do a day in jail, but you want to stay safe all at the same time. So make sure you call the police. Go to a safe place. If it's not safe to stay in your house, get out. Don't be like, I ain't leaving my house. Ain't nobody gonna run me from my house. Don't be dead. Leave. Because if you dead, guess what? They taking you from that house. They're gonna wrap you up in a black bag and take you from that house. So don't be dead. Get out. If you feel threatened, leave. Go somewhere safe. Keep reporting everything that goes on. Keep reporting everything. Let the police know. Asking for help. Breaking the silence. A lot of people will not ask for help. A lot of people will not let people know what's going on. But I'm going to tell you why that's not good. I'm going to tell you, I was dating this person. Things wasn't working right. I'm not telling my sister, my brother, my mother. I'm not telling anybody anything. There was no abuse. There was no abuse or anything like that, physical abuse. I just kind of kept it to myself. So he was real close with my mother, my brother-in-law, sister, everybody. He was real close with them. He would go over there and he would tell them, yeah, your sister, she doing this, and your sister, she doing that, and tell my mother, yeah, she's doing this and she's doing that. And I'm the type of person, I want to keep my business to myself, what goes on in my house, stay in my house, as long as it's not no, abuse or anything like that, because I will call my family in a minute. Come get them. No, it was nothing like that, but he was over there making me seem like I was just the worst person in the world, and I was doing this and I was doing that. He was really getting on my nerves, and this person was living with me. I just got to the point where, hey, you got to go. I can't deal with you. He was telling my family that I'm doing this and doing that. So my sister on his side, why you treating that man like that? He go to work and he do this and he do that, and you treating him like that, and you treating him. And my mother like, why, what's going on? Why he always saying you doing this and you doing that? I said, wait a minute. Let me tell y'all what's going on. I said, because I like to keep private, I didn't tell them that we were having troubles. We were about to break up and different things like that, because at that point it wasn't nobody's business. I told my sister what was going on, what was actually going on. I told my mother what was actually going on and different things. And they were like, oh, he didn't mention none of that. It was just all you. I say, no, well, this is what's going on, and he got to go. I put him out. I'm telling him it's over. It's over. He left peacefully. It wasn't no big problem or nothing. But when you don't speak out. They'll go and they'll tell people all kind of stuff about you and make you look like you're the bad person, or you the abuser, or you the person who causes all the fuss and the fight and the argument and everything. And that wasn't the case at all. It was just the fact that I just didn't want to call my family and say, oh, you know what, we got in an argument over this and he said this and I said that. And, you know, no, it wasn't, to me, it wasn't necessary. But to him, it was necessary because he knew he was about to get put out. He knew things wasn't working right. He knew he wasn't right. He went and he did all of that stuff. And then they start, why you doing this? Why you doing that? And, you know, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm your sister. I'm your daughter. Y'all know me. You know, so I told them everything, and he stopped getting away with that. He couldn't come over there and tell them. So they was like, well, you didn't tell us that you said this or you did that. And you didn't tell us this, that, that. So don't come over here with that no more. And they just shut him down. So break the silence. Break the silence. Now, if you guys need help and it's more than just he said, she said, get help. Call the domestic violence hotline. The number is 1-800-799-7233. For those of you who cannot see this video and you're on a podcast, an audio podcast, domestic violence hotline, the number is 1-800-799-7233. You want to call that number. You want to find trusted friends that you can trust. Tell them everything. Take pictures. Have a safety plan. Seek help. Tell your doctor you don't feel safe, because they always ask you when you go to the doctor, do you feel safe at home? Tell your doctor. They can get you some help sometimes faster than other people can. Tell everybody. Get a counselor. Record everything. If he's yelling and screaming and hollering at you and doing things like that, record it. Don't let him know you're recording it. If he's saying, I'll kill you, you so and so and so, and I'll do this and I'll record it. Every time he say something, record it. Hide your phone somewhere. Every time he push you or do whatever, record it. Record it. Get a therapist, because if you go through abuse, you need help. Don't just think, oh, I'm okay. Now, if you didn't have your eye black, you done been pushed down, you done been kicked, stomped, and all kind of stuff like that, and you say, okay, he's gone, I'm all right now. No, you're not. Because you're going to get that next person hell if you don't get help for what he took you through. You got to get all of that stuff out of you. You got to get forgiveness. You got to go through all kind of therapy, counseling, group therapy, all kind of stuff to get back on track so you don't take that into the next relationship. Find shelters. If you need to run, know where your shelters are. Know where everything is at. So when it's time to go, you got your safety plan. You know where your shelter is at. You know how to contact everybody. And then, contact your law enforcement. Reach out for help. Don't stay silent. Silent is the worst thing you can do. It's the worst thing you can do. So reach out. Reach out. I'm here to help you. Reach out. Allow for questions. Your friends may have questions to better understand your situation. This is when you're telling it all. You're not silent anymore. This is when you're telling everything. So allow for questions. Your friends may have questions to better understand your situation. Reassure them about confidentiality. If you're concerned about privacy, let them know you trust them to keep this information confidential. Follow up after your initial conversation. Keep the lines of communication open. Update them on your situation and let them know how they can continue to assist you. Because like I said, you're gonna need some continuous help. Don't hold nothing back. Tell your story. Tell your story. Don't say he's just verbally abusive when you know he's beating you. Don't say he just hit me one time and you know he didn't hit you 12 times. Come on, ladies. Tell it. Get it out. Get it out. Tell it. Tell it. You'll feel better. I know you feel sometimes little when you tell somebody he did this. You may be thinking, oh, they're going to say, well, why you sit there and let him hit you like that? Why didn't you run? Why didn't you pick up a knife and stab him or kill him or do something like that? Which you know that's not the right way to go. Some people are not sensitive to it. Regardless, you have to tell. Even if they ask you, why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? Just simply say, I was afraid. I was afraid. And that's what I need you for, because I'm afraid. And I need your help. Can you help me? And if you can't, I can stop talking to you and go to somebody else that's willing to help me and willing to listen to me. Conditional apologies. I'm sorry if you were offended, didn't mean it that way. What kind of crap is that? I apologize for hurting your feelings, but you really overreacted. I'm sorry, but you need to understand my perspective. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I was just being honest. What y'all think about that? Is that an apology? If you step on somebody's toe, do you say it shouldn't have been in the way? I'm sorry, but it shouldn't have been in the way. No, you say, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. I didn't see your foot right there. I am sorry. But saying stuff like, I didn't mean it that way, different things like that, that's not, these are tactics too. Watch out for them. These are not sincere apologies. We're going to get this together. We're going to get this together. You're going to know that you know that you know that you know when you finish. When you finish with this video podcast here, and when you finish the other series, you're going to know so much that almost going to be impossible to find somebody, because you're going to be reading them. You're going to, oh, gaslighting. That's what you all about? Oh, not today, brother. Oh, really? Oh, breadcrumbing? Not today, brother. You'll learn a lot. Just listen. Just listen and watch. Pay attention. Deja vu apologies. Deja vu. Have you ever heard of that? All you people who have heard of deja vu apologies, comment below. Comment below if somebody had apologized to you in these fake apologies. Comment below. Deja vu apologies. I'm sorry, but it feels like we've had this conversation before. I apologize if I came off as rude again. It just seems like this keep happening. I'm sorry for the repeated issue, but you know how it goes. I regret that we're back here again, but I can't change the past. I apologize for the mistake. It seems to be a reoccurring thing. Wow, ladies. Wow. And they really think this is okay and this is a sincere apology. No, they're not being accountable for what they're doing. And they're kind of making apology excuses. They're not apologizing. They're not apologizing at all, because they're pretty much saying, you know, I'm going to keep doing this stuff. I keep giving you this sad apology that's not real, but I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep coming in late. I'm going to keep hitting you. I'm going to keep doing this. You shouldn't have did this and you shouldn't have did that and I wouldn't have did this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I blacked your eye, but you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have looked at me that way. You shouldn't have rolled your eyes at me. You should have came as soon as I called you. You know me. You know how I get. Why provoke me? I'm sorry, but you know how I get. Don't go for that. You don't want to be with nobody that you got to walk on eggshells with. That you got to figure out, what can I say? How can I? You got to go through all of this thinking like, what do I say so he won't hit me? But I need to say this. You don't want no relationship like that. And that is not love. So don't be in a relationship that you're not in love. Because if you're not in love, what are you in? What are you in? You're in a mess. The videos before this series, I told you guys what love is. And love does not hurt people. Go back and listen to the other videos if you haven't, so you can see what love is. Love does not boast and brag. Love does not just keep throwing stuff up in your face. You need to check that out. Don't keep falling for these fake apologies.